My name is Martin Reddy from an organization called Recozy, and I'm here today to talk to you about social franchising and computer technology. And I'm also here today to ask for your help. I want your help in creating thousands of jobs. I want your help in giving affordable, reliable technology to everyone in the world. And I want your help in saving millions of viable, valuable resources. And I also want your help to offset millions of tons of CO2. And to do that, what I want you to do is quite simple. I just want you to stop recycling. I'm going to take a big breath now because I haven't been breathing. But I want you to stop recycling. And first of all, before you do that, I want you to consider reuse. I want you to think about reusing your products before you make a decision that is no longer of use. Because when you make that decision to reuse your product, it can be put into the greatest of uses you've ever could imagine. When we put our products into use, it may be to a school. And I'm talking about viable technology that may give the school the opportunity to make their budgets go 3 to 4 times further than it ever has. It may give the individual at home the opportunity to interact with his curriculum in school, to make life easier for him. The opportunities are endless. And when you think about reuse, you think about the jobs that have to be created to get the product to be safe, to be ethical, and to be worthwhile reusing in the first place. The problem that exists today is that we generate in the IT world over 40,000 tons of e-waste every year. 40,000 tons of e-waste. I can't even imagine that. I don't have enough Eiffel Towers to describe what that looks like. 40,000 tons. Only 20% of that goes through a formal process, and the majority of that is for recycling. So that's the problem. And by the way, some of it still may be in your drawers at home. Those phones, those old laptops, whatever it may be. So here's the challenge. What about the other 80%? Well, the other 80% is the opportunity. The opportunity to do the right thing with the equipment that's sitting in your drawer, the corporations who have thousands of units that they're going to dispose of. And we've all heard this story before. Let's talk about reuse. But what I'm here today is to talk about what we do, how do we franchise it? How do we give a viable business to social enterprises throughout Europe? How do we give viable businesses that create jobs and revenue, and more than anything else, are fully sustainable? Recozy has created a social franchise solution that gives the franchisees the full process required to reuse, the standards required to reuse, the training, the marketing, and a software platform that manages the process from A to Z. We started in 2014, and we have 3 fully functional franchisees operating in the United States, in Ireland, and in Slovenia, of all places. Yeah. When you put a piece of equipment through a Recozy site, the consumer gets a piece of equipment that's still relevant. I'm not talking about old PCs here. I'm talking about PCs that may have gone through a copper process 2 or 3 years old, very relevant. It's going to cost 70% less. It's going to be legal. It's going to have a valid operating system. It's going to be in their local language. It's going to have the keyboard reprinted if required. It's going to be fully documented. It's going to have a 12-month warranty. And it's going to be processed to the highest electrical and safety standards that exists in the area of reuse. And I know that because Recozy was at the table when they were designed. The process where we document everything, let's say there's a big recall of batteries, and we've all heard of them. Recozy plugs into that. So if there is a problem with your technology, we're going to let you know in the same way as if it was a new product, brand new. And the warranty is as good as new. Recozy was started by 3 people with no funding, all of our own money. We have Dr. Katja Zyko, who has 15 years experience in business and social innovation. Myself, I ran the largest social enterprise commercially in Ireland for over a decade. And we have Thomas, who has over 30 years experience in the e-waste world. So we have the CV, we have the tools, we have the software. And since 2014, we have lots of people who want to join us. But it's not a one-size-fits-all. We needed to develop a social package that would work, a social package that would give us revenue, and one that would allow us to grow. So we have a site in Yuma in Arizona. God help us, the heat. I'm from Ireland. We have a site in Ireland, and we have a site in beautiful, beautiful Slovenia. If you do nothing else, go to Slovenia. We sell across multiple regions, into the UK, Croatia, and into Italy. And our network, by the end of 2025, will be selling into, we put down 27 because we weren't too sure of what was politically correct, the rest of the 27 EU members. We will be selling over 300,000 units per year, and our network will have a revenue of 24 million euros. And I'm being conservative because in Ireland, although there is standards and there is government desire to make this happen, in Ireland we've had to fight for everything. In the US, we've had federal support. In Slovenia and other parts of Europe, there already is great initiatives from government agencies to make and want for this to happen. Our social and environmental impact to date has been 150,000 items reused, 120,000 schools and charities helped, 21,000 kilos of CO2 saved, which is equivalent to 1.1 billion trees absorbing CO2 for a 24-hour period. All of these statistics come from the United Nations. By winning this award, we want to create the ideal platform for our franchisees to plug their products into, because we have to sell to make revenue to continue the mission. We want to become the Amazon of the circular economy. Thank you very much.